TNA Wrestling presents Countdown to Turning Point.
TNA Wrestling is live at the 12th annual WrestleCade in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Welcome to the Countdown to Turning Point.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause I love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
And what a treat this is here on the Countdown to Turning Point. Joe Hendry, who will be competing in the Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl match as a part of Turning Point. And also still to come here on the Countdown to Turning Point, we'll see a knockouts triple threat match as Zaya Brookside faces Rosemary and Savannah Evans. I cannot wait to see that.
Absolutely, and you said it. Joe Hendry has that big match, a lot of implications. Could be a very embarrassing night for Joe Hendry, but obviously has got something on his mind to kick off the entire evening here at Turning Point.
Joe Hendry has said that he is working his way back to the top here in TNA.
Name and he appears. Joe Hendry is here in a TNA ring. And tonight it is time to talk about the match that I am involved in. You know, I would love to be involved in the world title picture, but tonight I'm in the Turkey Bowl match. But you know what, folks? Sometimes you have to deal with the hand that you're dealt. So tonight, let's talk about some of our opponents that are in that match. One of them being Hammerstone. Can we take a look at Hammerstone right now? Now, folks, that right there, now that is a professional wrestler. Look at Hammerstone right there. Now, I will say, though, I do consider myself somewhat of a branding expert. And, you know, if Hammerstone were to lose tonight, we could make a few changes. In fact, if I wanted to make him just a little bit more marketable, I could do this. Now, what we need to decide, though, is do we prefer Hammer Turkey or Turkey Stone? Which one? I think it's decided. If he loses tonight, he's Turkey Stone. But, you know, unfortunately, PCO cannot be here tonight. But he has been replaced by Rhino. I mean, look at this person here. This man is a legend, a household name in professional wrestling. But if he loses tonight, well, we could use a different animal. How about this? That looks pretty good to me. And another person I do want to talk about is everyone's least favorite wrestler, Brian Myers. Brian Myers. Now, folks, as you know, technology is getting out of control. Artificial intelligence is getting out of control. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask the supercomputer, can you take this image of Brian Myers, way worse than the other two, can you take this image and make it the worst professional wrestler of all time? Make it terrible. Remove all redeeming qualities. Computer, can you show us the worst professional wrestler of all time? Technology is getting out of hand, folks, but that all being said, if I do win the Turkey Bowl match, then that's me beating 5 opponents and getting that much closer to the TNA World Championship. Because ultimately we can have all the fun and games that we want. But if you're not in this to be the world champion, then you should not be in this ring. You should not stand on the letters that say TNA. And the reason that we make all the sacrifices that we do every night that we're away from home, we go up and down those roads to entertain each and every single wrestling fan that comes to these events. And we do it because we one day dream of becoming the world champion. And if I can win the Turkey Bowl match, then I get that little bit closer. Now, that's an awful lot of talking from me, but it's time for some action. Who wants to see some professional wrestling right now? So if you are ready for the greatest professional wrestling show on earth, make it as loud as possible. Let them know in the back. Let me hear you say, TNA. And with that, it is now time for us to move on to the show. I want to thank you all. We got a huge night ahead. And I want to thank everyone who's wearing those I Believe in Joe Hendry t-shirts. Let me hear you all. Everyone all together. The world is going to chant, "We believe."
Say his name and
Well, we are off to a great start here on the countdown to Turning Point, of course. 2024 has been huge for TNA, but we're going to kick off 2025 in style with the return of Genesis.
America, Scotland, and
This is only the beginning.
turn around and move forward.
The beginning. To get to where you were going, the end is near. You must go back to where your journey began. This is only the beginning. The end is near. This is the beginning.
Move forward.
To get to where you were going,
To the beginning. Welcome to the beginning.
I cannot wait for Genesis, Sunday, January 19th, live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus in Dallas, Texas. But we've still got a lot more to come here in 2024.
Oh, that's right, including heading on down to Atlanta, GA for Final Resolution. We will be going back to the historic Center Stage Provide Final Resolution live on TNA Plus, and then make sure you join us as well the next day, Saturday, of course, December 14th for some more TNA Impact action.
Now, as I mentioned, Genesis is going to be on Sunday, January 19th in Dallas, Texas. We'll be live on pay-per-view and right here on TNA Plus. And then that Thursday, January 23rd, we're going to hit the road to San Antonio, Texas, because TNA Impact is going to be live on Access TV and TNA Plus. It'll be the first live in-arena, in-ring action presented on TNA Impact in 8 years. And the following night, we'll be back in San Antonio for more action, more TNA Impact.
I fit right in here at TNA. I fit right in here as the flag bearer. The world knows my name, and there's a reason I'm the world champion.
Famous, sir! Super kick, balance mark, danger zone! I am a fighting champion!
The wanted man, Nick Nemeth.
I am a fighting champion!
Just keeps getting better.
It is time for the system to get back our championship going.
Boston Knee Party! Eddie Edwards is pinned the TNA World Champion!
At Turning Point, I am going to defeat Nick Nemeth and become your new TNA World Champion.
No matter how good he is, no matter what he's accomplished, it's never just Eddie Edwards. It will be the entire system right behind him. I know all you care about with the system is power. And you will never take this power away from me. Turning Point, the wanted man does what he does best. Steals the show and stays your TNA World Champion.
And there you see the system riding deep here. They've got a lot of business to handle tonight at Turning Point, including Eddie Edwards' chance at the world title.
Eddie Edwards was able to pin Nick Nemeth for the first time in this company in 6 months, recently in tag team action, and does own a singles victory over the wanted man from back in April. Can he do it again and dethrone TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth tonight at Turning Point?
Yeah, but right now, we head into the first bit of knockouts action.
Introducing first, she is Savannah Evans.
Now, Raymond, it was recently we saw Savannah Evans return to TNA Wrestling. She attacked Laying Lee after a victory for Lee in Detroit. And then we saw recently on Impact, as Savannah Evans got back into singles competition, she has looked dominant.
I mean, I want to say Savannah Evans came in here back to TNA with a brand new attitude, but I think it's the same kind of attitude, just turned up to 11. She is out here, struck out on her own, doing this for herself, and that is a dangerous path to be in if you're anybody standing across the ring.
What's dangerous for Evans, we learned earlier on this week on TNA social and digital platforms that Laying Lee has officially signed to TNA Wrestling. And speaking of dangerous, ever since the debacle at Bound for Glory amidst the Knockouts World Tag Team title match, Rosemary has looked as dangerous as ever.
You never know exactly what's going on in the twisted psyche of Rosemary, adding a dark and dangerous X factor to this three-way matchup.
Rosemary defeated NXT's Wendy Chu following Bound for Glory in a no disqualifications matchup and defeated Jada Stone just 2 weeks ago on Impact.
Competitor from Liverpool, England, Zaya Brookside.
This is a great opportunity for Zaya Brookside tonight, stepping in the ring against the dominant Savannah Evans and the TNA legend, the TNA Knockouts legend in Rosemary. Brookside is coming off a back-to-back singles win on Explosion in last two appearances. You can check that out right here on TNA Plus. In fact, he's undefeated on Explosion this year.
Oh, this is a whole different ball game here, though. These two opponents in Rosemary and Savannah Evans. One will mentally torture you. The other could physically torture you. Xia Brookside is fighting uphill all the way.
Don't let the appearance of Xia Brookside fool you. She told me she was recently in a bar fight. Not that she started it, but she said, quote, I ended it very quickly. So Xia Brookside is the type of person that she will not take flack from anyone. We saw how on the countdown to Bound for Glory, she teamed up with NXT's Brynlee Reese to face Ash and Heather by Elegance. The antics of those two have continued throughout the year, but Brookside continues to build momentum.
I mean, if there's one thing a British person knows how to do, it's handle themselves in a pub. And Xia Brookside, obviously, but this ain't no pub fight. This is a dangerous three-way knockouts matchup.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are sold out tonight here at WrestleCade for Turning Point. A big thank you to all the fine folks here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and WrestleCade for hosting TNA Wrestling. Oh, and Rosemary was searching for a shot there on Brookside. Got a piece of Evans instead, now trying to form an alliance with Evans.
As often happens in these multi-person matchups, great redirection there from Brookside. Gonna have to use that kind of strategy.
Remember, no countouts, no disqualifications. First person to gain pinfall or submission in the ring is the winner. This could be an important momentum builder. Here's the cover on Evans, saving the matchup.
And that was a bold move by Rosemary to try to go for that cover so early. Obviously trying to appeal to some kind of human nature within Savannah Evans.
And a reminder, a special start time this evening for Turning Point. We'll get things started at 7 p.m. Eastern, live on TNA Plus. And this evening here in WrestleCade in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, we're going to see plenty of great action as we wind down 2024. Here's the cover, shoulders down, and Rosemary now preventing Evans from getting the win.
Methinks this is a short-lived partnership as this match goes on. That is something that Xia Brookside could take firm advantage of. Now, Xia with a hell of a response there to that double team attempt. That third one, Brookside had an answer this time around.
Boot right to the face there by Brookside. Now sending Rosemary flying across the ring.
Xia starting to heat up here. Sends the Demon Assassin to the floor.
And now Evans squaring off here with Brookside. Brookside giving up a lot of size and strength here right now, but able to take down Evans, sending Savannah Evans to the outside.
Now deposited both her opponents to the floor, but you can't win the match on the floor. What's in the mind of Brookside here?
From the second turnbuckle, is it time to fly with Brookside? Uh-oh.
Caught there, look out!
Oh, dumped hard onto the apron.
Nasty landing, and once again, maybe a temporary ceasefire between these two to focus their attention, their aggression on Brookside.
Savannah Evans trying to reestablish herself here in TNA Wrestling. Meanwhile, Rosemary's been fighting this battle in her own mind. You can see the paint splitting her face here this evening. That's been such a description of what's been going on, we think, over the last few months in the mind of Rosemary.
I shudder to try to comprehend what goes on in the brain and the psyche of Rosemary. But right now in the body of Xia Brookside.
Leg drop. Evans trying to get the win. Rosemary breaking it up.
Nothing but agony out here, but as this alliance treading on very thin ice here.
Oh, and I'd say it's over. Evans a huge clothesline on Rosemary.
An exclamation point, a period on that sentence with emphasis from Evans. And Evans just lays out Brookside here.
Oh, big right hand there by Evans.
Ooh.
So later on tonight at Turning Point, we're going to see some great action. Mike Santana is going to go one-on-one with Frankie Kazarian, the Call Your Shot Gauntlet winner. Also, as we heard from Joe Hendry moments ago, we'll see the TNA Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl match. The loser has to wear the infamous turkey suit, and we can tell you that Rhino has stepped in for PCO due to travel issues. Also, Moose will be defending his X Division championship against Laredo Kid, the face of the franchise, looking to put Laredo Kid in his place. And also, we'll see Josh Alexander versus Steve Macklin, a no disqualifications match. On top of that,
cover here from Evans to win it.
Oh, and it's broken up by Rosemary. Judas Icarus and Travis Williams have been banned from the building tonight for Turning Point for that matchup.
And also in huge six-man tag team matchup, it is the Hardys and Ace Austin versus Zachary Wentz, Kushida, and thanks to Trey Miguel having travel issues of his own, we are getting a surprise mystery partner in that matchup. Also, the TNA Knockouts World title will be on the line as Masha Slamovich defends against Jordan Grace, and it will be a definitive 2 out of 3 falls matchup. And of course, the TNA World title will be on the line as the wanted man Nick Nemeth defends against the System's Eddie Edwards.
But right now, it's all about this Knockouts triple threat matchup, and Rosemary with a big shot there to Evans. On that nearly helped Brookside get the win.
Inverting assist there for Rosemary.
Double clothesline by Savannah Evans.
Evans continuing to dominate here, just the physical presence in this matchup. Firmly asserted here.
And now Rosemary and Savannah Evans, that temporary alliance has been thrown well out the window. It's all about trying to get a victory here on the countdown to Turning Point, trying to build momentum here in the back end of 2024.
All of these knockouts would love to enter themselves into that Knockouts World title picture. Currently ruled by Masha Slamovich. Evans, the dominant force, proving that she is. Rosemary trying to be the psychological leader in this matchup, if you will.
Oh, and there's Brookside. Gets a shot there at Rosemary as Evans was trying to get herself back into this fight.
Brookside saw a moment, chose it to strike here. Now fighting 2-on-1. Now looking to line up Evans in the corner. Turning their attention to Rosemary.
A side Russian leg sweep here by Zaya. Brookside floats into the cover. Evans there to, rip Brookside off of the cover.
Literally just scooped her off the ground, off the cover.
It's one way to do it. Oh, wait a minute. Was maybe trying to sit up there for the octopus, and instead Brookside called an audible. Yes! 2 for 1 there by Brookside.
Took advantage there. Is that in?
Look to the leg and a kick out there by Rosemary. Shoulders down on Evans and a kick out.
A valiant effort, a hell of a plan there, but still not quite enough to put it away for Zaya Brookside.
Brookside targets Rosemary. Oh, wait a minute. Rosemary, I think, has got a hold of Brookside by the throat. Oh, and a boot to the face by Evans. And now Brookside with the double knees right to the face.
Another huge advantage here, but look out!
The reverse DDT there by Rosemary. Everybody's down.
These knockouts putting everything on the line to stand out in a stacked women's division here in TNA.
Now Rosemary, I think, trying to get Zaya Brookside to join her in a temporary alliance here. Why would you trust Rosemary?
I mean, perhaps finally everybody realizing the threat that Savannah Evans is from a pure physical dominant standpoint. Look at this, continuing to throw off multiple opponents here.
Great opportunity here, though. Great opportunity for the Brooksy bomb.
Are you kidding?
Could this be it? Oh, and it's broken up by Rosemary. And now Rosemary with a spear. Brookside could have had the victory if it weren't for Rosemary. Rosemary wins.
Here's your winner, Rosemary.
Ladies and gentlemen, still to come tonight at Turning Point, a no disqualifications match. Macklin and Alexander.
Bitter, disgruntled, envious. That is how I would describe Josh Alexander's behavior as of late.
I'm the one who put my body on the line, got in that ring, and killed it to elevate this company, to keep the doors open.
There is Steve Macklin! Sinner and saint, save for Spike to Macklin!
EY was taken out, and there was not a damn thing that I could have done about it because the Northern Armory got the best of me. You know, they say sometimes you gotta check your ego, right? Tonight's not one of those nights.
Well, the numbers catching up to Macklin. Icarus and Williams zip-tying Macklin just like they did last week.
But defiant to the bitter end here.
Save for Spike!
A definite statement made by Josh Alexander.
The so-called standard of TNA, the walking weapon Josh Alexander, is nothing but a cheat. You want to zip tie me? You want to say you beat me? You didn't beat nothing, Josh. You may have won at BFG, but you did not beat Steve Macklin. No one can beat me. No one can beat this. This is bulletproof, Josh. And this, I promise you, is far from over.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time, Steve Macklin. Steve, tonight you step into the ring for a no disqualification match against Josh Alexander, a rivalry that's become deeply personal. With that match just hours away, how are you feeling?
Gia, this isn't just going to be a match. It's going to be a fight. And like you said, Josh has made this very, very personal for months now. Trying to take out EY. Having the Armory guys jump me in the back and zip tie me. Hell, he even zip tie me at Bound for Glory and tried to leave me lifeless, but did I quit? No, I am still standing. I don't change who I am. I don't change how I do things. And I am setting a new standard here at TNA. So Josh, when I beat you tonight, and I will leave you lifeless in that ring, there will be a new standard at TNA, and it is tag 'em, bag 'em, and mayhem for all.
Macklin is looking absolutely locked and loaded heading into that no disqualification match, Dom.
Tonight, it's the heart of Steve Macklin up against the ruthless Josh Alexander. Tonight at Turning Point, getting underway at 7 p.m. Eastern, live on TNA+. Those two will do battle in a no disqualifications match, but there's still so much more to come here at Turning Point.
So, of course, we saw Macklin and Josh Alexander. It'll be no disqualifications, but not only that, we are going to see one-on-one the realest Mike Santana go one-on-one with the king of TNA, Frankie Kazarian.
Also, it's a TNA tradition, the Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl match. Joe Hendry, Eric Young, Hammerstone, Rhino, Brian Myers, and John Schuyler. Who's going to have to wear the infamous turkey suit?
And the X Division Championship is on the line as Moose defends against Laredo Kid.
Plus, we'll see the Hardys right here in North Carolina and Ace Austin against Zachary Wentz, Kushida, and a mystery tag team partner.
And the Knockouts World title will be on the line. Masha Slamovich and Jordan Grace. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match.
And then our main event, Nick Nemeth defends the TNA World Championship against Eddie Edwards of the System. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sold out tonight at WrestleCade. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. You can feel the energy. We are ready for Turning Point.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this Thanksgiving weekend. It is time for Turning Point.